Okay.
Hello, everyone. We are back for another Elon podcast. And today we are chatting it up with Isaiah C., the It Girl. Isaiah, how are
That's
you doing
me.
today?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty chill. It's a Sunday, so it's not like the most energetic of the days, but I'm here, just relaxed. How are you?
Exactly, pretty good. Same. It's Sunday. It's a chill day. Like Sunday is actually like my favorite day out of the week because I just feel like it's just chill for the most part. People are either doing something or they're chilling too. And yeah, so I love Sunday, but pretty good. Uh, I'm very excited for this chat with you today, by the way. We've been following each other for a while now online. I've been following you being like just the phenomenal like rapper, recording artist. And number one, what do you consider yourself as?
I can definitely consider myself a rapper, but I consider myself a very versatile rapper, like a rapper that can do some singing songs, can do some different language songs, can do all of that, but it all is basically based in rap.
Yes. Okay, so before we get into that, let's talk about what's happening with you right now in life besides the rap. Let's like what's going on with you in life right now. How are you feeling with just everything? Like what's going on? What's new?
So really in life has been really different for me from when I first started music in 2020. So like when I first got into music, like I was living in New York City still, like still repping Brooklyn heavy, heavy, heavy. And then in 2021, I decided to move out to Atlanta to get my master's degree.
Mm.
And I'm getting my master's degree in creative and innovative education, and I graduate on Thursday. So it's safe to say life is pretty good. It's been pretty good. And I've been just trying to build the building blocks because, you have to have a lot of different foundations.
Yes, exactly. So you started music in 2020, but when it came to like going to school and getting your master's, how was that? Were you already doing that a little bit before 2020, or did it just happen after? How did that?
Um, so I graduated high school in 2016, and then I went and got my bachelor's degree and graduated in 2020. And then I decided to keep going and get my master's.
Okay, I gotcha. I love that. Congrats, by the way. Early congrats because Thursday is coming up. So early congrats to you. I just think that's great because of course, you have your art, this, that, and the third, and you're a rapper, but you're also pursuing other things because, you don't have to just be stagnant or like put on to one thing. You're just like, okay, I rap, but I also do this, I do this, I do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like rap is definitely my main focus, like my mind. Like when I work a job, like it's cool, like I'm happy
Yeah.
doing what I do. But then it's like when I do music, that's what really gives me like that battery in my back to like really enjoy what I'm doing and work and life and things like that. So I definitely would prefer the music kicks off sooner than later.
Oh, it will. It will. It's going to kick off for sure. So, like, how long have you been into music? I'm sure you're asked this a lot, but
I've been into music, like writing my own music, since 2019.
okay.
But doing and performing music, I was in band and shit like all the way through third grade up. So I know how to like compose and I know how to play the oboe. That's a fun fact.
What? Really?
Yeah, I'm an oboist. Yeah. So
Know
I've
that.
always, but to like rap, that was 2019.
Yeah, yeah. So you're rapping. You definitely know how to spit for sure. You definitely know how to rhyme. Like, I'm like, okay, Isaiah C. I'm trying to think. How did I come across you? Of course, it was on Instagram, but I just remember like coming across you, and that's when, honestly, that was like near like when your first project. No, no, no. I think I met you during like your second project. So yeah, yeah, your second project is when I met you. Then I like, went back and then I just was like, okay, I'm a fan. I like it. This, that, and the third. I was like, okay, you spitting, but also like in the community, like our community of LGBTQ, I just love seeing, us do our thing and just seeing you do your thing and spitting, being passionate about your music because I really see you being really big one day, to be honest. I really do. And I want you to keep going forward with what you're doing. Like just keep doing it.
Thank you. I really appreciate all of that. But like I be so feeling weird when people compliment my old projects because I'm like, where I'm at with this new music, y'all are gonna really be gagged. Like,
Oh,
trust.
No, I've been
So,
waiting. I'm not gonna lie. Like since your last project, I'm like, okay, because you dropped your last project and then you had your freestyle that
yeah.
came out. And then I'm like, okay, I'm ready for it. I don't want to be one of those people who are just like, you know how people are like with the Rihanna stuff like that. And it's like, okay, when is the album? But I know we have to be patient. So what is this like the new project? Like, how is this different than your previous projects?
So, okay. This project I've been working on it since 2021. So I finished The It Girl After Dark in June of 2021. And then I started writing again for this project that same year, but I didn't really like anything. So, but I still was liking, like, okay, I'm still working on this project. So I was taking my time and then I dropped On the Set last June. And I'm just not putting that on the project. That was just something fun to like just throw out since I hadn't dropped anything. So I started working again really heavy last year in like the summer. And then I started getting that creative bug again and like really feeling like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, like I can really rap again. Like
Yeah.
just feeling my skills because I was in like a writer's block for a while. And so then I'm feeling my skills, I'm feeling it, and I'm just really, really in a good space writing wise right now. So the music's better. Like it's more confident, I would say.
Oh, really?
Now I know like it's not like I knew I could rap before, but
Yeah.
it was more like novice, just having fun, like doing my shit. But now it's like, okay, now I really know how to rap. And now I know how images, like what I give, the it girl always,
Yes.
so I know exactly how to bring that to life now, like on the track, you know. I'm taking elements from my last project, whether it was me like being experimental with different sounds, or whether it was me doing like hard rap, or me having like more like an R&B type of song. Like I'm doing all of that, but it's gonna be to the 10th degree and so much better.
Yes, I believe it. I can already feel it. Cause like I do like how like you rap, but also you do have notes to where you're like singing kind of and you switch it up. You do switch it up. Like you are a very versatile rapper. Like you don't like with your music and your sound, you don't just have like one sound. I feel like you will switch it up. But I do know like, okay, for me listening, I'm like, okay, that's Isaiah C. If it's depending on like if I go back to like your first project, the second, the third, etc. I can definitely tell like the growth for sure, and I can tell that you're like you play with so many different sounds. And then I feel like you really like you said when you had a writer's block. I feel like that itself shows you that you really take your craft seriously and you like to express yourself. And by the way, like I feel like I love the way you express yourself, by the way. Like you just authentically like be yourself and you have to. And I want to say thank you, number one, because we need people just to be out here expressing themselves. So other people like us and that, will look up and say, oh, okay, well, if Isaiah see this person can, just live out loud, then I'm gonna do the same thing. So you're from New York and
Yes.
are you Dominican? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, okay, cool. Yes, Isaiah Castillo. I love that.
Eso soy yo, ya tú sabes. Tú sabes
Yeah.
la vibra.
So how is it being in Atlanta?
Being in Atlanta has been really cool. It has been different. So I was born in Pennsylvania,
Oh, okay.
and then I grew up and like moved and really grew in New York. And then I moved to Atlanta. So my life really resides in the North, like my ethics, everything that I see, the way that I interact, my norms. So it was really hard getting like used to just being in the South because I've never lived in the South.
Yeah.
But then as I'm living out here, I'm really enjoying myself. Like I've like cheaper rent. My rent isn't that much cheaper than what it was in New York, but I got a lot more space.
Yeah,
So
nice.
good, and I really like it out here. I like just being around Black people all day. Like,
Right.
yeah, like I like being around us, like, because that makes me happy to just see other Black people prospering in a space and not being like such a, you
Yeah.
know, yeah.
Yeah. So you feel like in New York more like the Black people in New York are like a lot different in Atlanta. Do you think it's more in terms of like how you express yourself?
Yes, I think that people think that a lot of times New Yorkers are rude and things like that, or just people from the North period are rude. And I don't feel like we're rude. I just feel as though that we're very upfront and very
Uh,
like I'm not, this is what I go for and this is what I'm not.
right.
And I feel like gets a lot of times misconstrued for rudeness when people aren't used to people being this very straightforward all the time.
Yeah, that's right. Because in the South, it's very much like smile in your face like a lot, but then kind of like to the side or whisper something. It's that whole what is it? What is it? Oh, bless your little heart. And that's pretty much the South. And in New York, it's just like, I'm gonna let you know how I'm feeling. I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
know inside how I feel. And I love that. That's what I like.
And also in New York, like there's too many people to be like worried about talking to everybody. I'm not smiling every day going down the street. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's too many people for me to be like, hi, how you doing? Like everywhere I go, like that's not what life is for us.
Right, exactly. Oh wow, that's interesting. So what made you even like move to Atlanta, by the way?
Literally, I came out here to shoot Back and Better, and I
Okay.
had a really fun time. Like when I shot Back and Better, it was my first time in Atlanta. So I just seen all like these black gay people, and I was like, yo, like I wasn't seeing this shit in the north. Like, let me come here. And that's really
Yes.
why I wanted to move. And then I said, well, let me just not just go down there. Let me get this degree too. So I'm like doing something with my time as well. But then, yeah, that was really the reason I moved down here.
Oh, nice. And then now you're there. So do you ever think about wanting like to move back or move somewhere else eventually?
I often think about moving back. I think about moving elsewhere, but it's not in anything that's immediate concern. Like I could move back to the north, but then I'm like, I don't really feel like uprooting because it's like a little bit of like, I've built and established myself here in a way that it will be annoying to kind of start over again. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think that I got at least 2 more years here.
Yeah, okay. I like that. So I want to go back to the It Girl. Where did that stem from? Like the It Girl. I love it.
So what did you mean? No, I'm kidding.
Yes,
But
I mean, but really. But you got to be confident. I love it.
okay, so the It Girl came from, I just knew that there was a star quality in me my whole life. And I didn't know where it came from. I just knew that it was always in me and that I was blessed in that way. So I just felt like the It Girl encompassed the way that I maneuver. Like I'm pretty feminine, I'm pretty masculine too at the same time. So I felt like the It Girl is going to stand out, especially being a boy and saying, yo, that's the It Girl. Like, they're gonna be like, yo, that nigga the It Girl. Yeah, that's me. That's me. You know?
Yes. No, I love it. And you exude that in your music too. And that's why it like it sticks. It really does stick. And yeah, I like it. Anytime like I can like because I will say like anyone who knows me knows I love music and I will talk about my favorite artists. I love listening to music in the LGBTQ community because I feel like it's time that like we get more like of our flowers, like artists, this, that, and the third. So I make sure that I like listen. But I'd be like, this is Isaiah C, the It Girl. Like I always had to add that.
At this point, I feel like it's interchangeable. Like my name, Isaiah C, and then the It Girl, like it's whatever they want to call me because it's
Yeah.
the same thing. It's like the hot girl versus like Megan Thee Stallion. It's like the same thing.
Yes. And do you have okay, so do you have any like musical like inspirational like people who kind of like inspire you musically at all or
Yeah, especially for the new works that I've been coming out with.
oh, really?
So to give you insight of the things that I work on or how I think is I try to gather a lot of inspiration before I start writing my project so that I know like what do I like right now? Where is my brain being guided to? So obviously Nicki Minaj is always one of the big inspirations for me as I've been a fan since I was what, 11? So she's a big inspiration. But aside from Nicki Minaj, I definitely have been really enjoying a lot of dembo music, like Dominican music.
Yeah.
So
I've been seeing that in
that,
your stories. I've been seeing that in your stories too. I've been noticing. I'm like, love
yes.
it.
So I've been really, really enjoying that lately. So I will be working on
Ooh,
it. And
okay.
then,
You're gonna Spanish music from you?
yeah, yeah. No, I didn't put any out, but you're gonna get some. But um, Megan's been a pretty cool influence. I think Doja as well. I think the difference between the two of those is when I really want to have fun and just talk some shit on like a hard beat, I really think that Megan does a good job at that. So I do that with her. And then when I really feel like I want to get in a creative mode and just really approach a beat in a different mind, I might listen to like Doja Cat, because I just feel like she will approach a beat in a different way and have a different flow and a different way that a typical rapper would approach a beat. And I really just respect that.
Right. I like that. I like that. Yeah, she definitely I liked her verse in Kill Bill. Like she just switches it up every time. She just switches it up. And Meg, I love her. That's my Aquarius sister. I love her. Wait, what's your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Your Capricorn? Oh, okay. Yeah, one of my best friends is a Capricorn. So okay, I like Capricorn.
I was
Capricorn.
gonna
No, yeah, no, literally one of my best friends. We've been best friends since what, like sixth or seventh grade or something like that. Yeah, forever. Yeah, no, and I like Capricorns, and it's just growth and evolution. Y'all are funny. Y'all are funny. Y'all have got moments, but I'm just playing. But no, so let me see. I'm just trying to like learn more about Isaiah C. So
yeah,
are you dating anyone right now?
I'm not. I am single and I'm just living like, I'm open to dating,
Yeah,
but I'm just living my life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not really like focused on finding a boyfriend or anything right
right.
now. I'm not opposed to it either. Like, it's just kind of like just living my life, doing different things that make me happy. But I'm not opposed to being in a relationship either.
Yeah, like that. Focusing on yourself and doing what you got to do. So speaking about that, how was your upbringing, if you don't mind me asking, and also being like gay, this, that, and the third? How was that for you?
Okay, yeah, it's a great question. So my upbringing was pretty good, I would say. I Yeah, I think that I had a pretty good like life growing up. My dad was homophobic, and he would be like always trying to tell me what to do in terms of masculinity or femininity. Like, oh, that's girl stuff. Stop doing this. Stop dressing like this, or stop walking like that. Yada yada yada. All like that toxic masculinity stuff. But my parents weren't together, so I had the liberty of then being able to be myself around my mom.
Love that.
So my mom always just said the words like fake the funk, basically, because it was just like, when you go around him, you just do that to get through it.
Yeah.
And then when you're around me, you get that space and time to yourself. And so by the time that I kind of got into like middle school and high school, I stopped like engaging with him as much. So that was like stress free for me because it was like, I just got to live with my mom and be myself. And I didn't come out until I was 18, but
Uh,
that was due to like just societal things like around like, being in school and being like one of the fewer gay people in the area living in Pennsylvania. And so
yeah.
that was really what was the tea. But like I had a great life because my mom was always like my primary parent. So like it wasn't that I had to ever really be around my dad. And when I did, it was just like draining, but it wasn't a bad life. So I had a really great life.
I love hearing that. I love hearing that. I'm just always curious because, everyone's, upbringing is like different. And then especially when it comes to like, the whole sexuality thing, this, that, and third. And I just see that you express yourself like really well. And I just know how people are, so I'm just always just curious. So I love that. And shout out to the moms. Shout out to you for being loving and supporting your baby. Wait, do you have siblings?
Yes, I have a sister,
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I don't think I.
but my sister's older than me. So I grew up basically like an only child. She was 18 when I was born. So I
Oh,
grew up.
yeah. So your sister's like older than you. Gosh, so you guys have like a good relationship now?
Yeah, we have a great relationship, but there was definitely like an 18-year difference. So
Yeah.
it's like, I grew up basically an only child.
Yeah, is that basically. Oh,
Mhm.
does your sister listen to your music?
Yeah, she does. She likes it. I mean, she don't. I don't send her everything.
Yeah. Yeah. How about yeah, like your mom too?
My mom loves my music.
Yeah.
She actually is very, very supportive.
Yes, yes. Really? Oh, that's amazing.
Hmm.
Where do you like see yourself at? Like, let's say like your career that it's like that song or that project that just skyrockets, bam, everybody knows Isaiah C, the it girl. So what's next when that moment happens for you in your head, ideally?
That's a great question too. Well, I hope that after I drop this project, that moment comes this year. So we're looking at a summer drop, but
Yes, yes. No, I'm like so excited for music this summer, and I'm so happy that you're dropping this summer. Like, I'm just excited for music this summer. I feel like we're like after like, COVID and everything, I feel like life in general is in this whole new emergence of what it is. But music, I feel like we're like the last few months, this year's been really good so far. I feel like we've been getting some things, but this summer, when I tell you I'm ready to just go out and have fun and listen to music. So that makes me happy. I'm happy you're dropping something.
yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to really drop it this summer. Like if all goes as planned, and I can finish everything according to plan. But what would be next would just kind of just be like situating myself and getting accustomed to a new lifestyle, and then trying to get these investments and these deals. I want to be in the fashion stuff. Like I want to be able to have a name for myself that is, of course, situated in hip hop and rap, but as well be like a mogul to where I can stand in like a fashion house and
Yes.
not necessarily run one, because I don't really have any interest in running like a business as of yet. But just to be able to be in partnership and to be able to be affiliated and to be able to be known as like the it girl in more than one capacity.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I see that. Oh wow. So the it girl, she does music, fashion, she got her degrees, she's just doing it all.
Too, but I don't know about that.
Oh my gosh, you're funny. Wait, so when is it, are we gonna get a single before the project?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes, of course. Wait for you later.
So what was that?
Wait for you later. I might. I don't know.
Oh, please do. Please do. Please do. See, now you got to.
Options though, that's the thing. Like the music that I'm making now, I feel like almost everything, not everything, but like almost, let's say out of the track list, I have at least five that I feel like could be singles, and I don't know which ones to pick
Right. True.
because different areas. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't know
Because
to
it
pick
because
because
it is like a reintroduction after like, the last thing that came out. So after the last thing, it's like, okay, what is she doing? So she's releasing a new music. Like Isaiah Z is releasing a new single. So what is it gonna be? Like, what is it gonna be? So like what sound are we gonna get? So yeah, so that's just a lot that you have to think about for sure.
I think the sound you guys is gonna get, because there's a lot of different sounds, but it's all cohesive. So like yeah, like there's a lot of different sounds, but it's all cohesive. So I don't know if the sound is going to be something more pop heavy. I don't know if it's going to be something that's more rap heavy or drill heavy. You never know. So it's like I don't. I have some or more R&B s heavy. So I don't really know, because I have like songs that I really appreciate from each of those genres. And I'm like, shit. Like, how do I want to really bring it to the girls?
Right, right, for sure. So, do you have like a certain like a specific like producer or someone that you like working with that you've continued to work with, or are you working with someone new in Atlanta? How's that?
Yes. So producer wise, I work with a whole bunch of different beat makers, just depending on what my ear likes. But engineers, I typically worked with Uno in New York City. That was my favorite engineer, and still is. But now I work with my girl, my sis now, and I love her, because I'm not in New York anymore. So I had to find somebody else to work with.
Yeah.
And she has not disappointed at all. So I love working with No, and the music is great. And we're just taking it to new levels. Like, shit, I don't know. Like, we're taking it to the new levels. Like, okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for what's to come. Oh my God. So, what do you like? Okay, let's see. When there's other people watching you, let's say other, whether like Black, Dominican, or kids, or anybody who's an aspiring artist, like what is a message that you would like to give them in terms of like staying uplifted?
Yeah. So the biggest message that I have to say to any artist is to always stick to what you want to create and be yourself, because anybody can do anything, but nobody can be you. So you always just have to really put your back in it to be the person that you can be. Like, nobody can do anything better than you can. So when you're true to yourself and true to the things that you like, people are going to catch on sometime. So it's always best to be authentic, because when that moment comes and you do pop and you do well, then you're going to feel like I didn't sell myself out to be able to get to the next level.
Mm, for sure. And what have you, what is, what
I'm
is
gonna
that?
take my hair down, child.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah, and I like your hair, by the way. I love it.
Thank
Yeah, and I saw you went to the Chloe and Holly concert recently because you posted a picture and I saw your hair down. I like it.
you. Thank you.
I'm through. But what have you learned? Like, what is like a, let's say like a big like life lesson that you've learned that you like to stick by and remember, remind yourself of?
Well, one of the biggest lessons that I always lived by that gotten me through the worst of my times was, there's a lesson in everything, and it can't rain forever. So, like, there is a lesson in, I look at my life like, think of a Libra scale. There's the goods and then there's the bad. So I think that in order to, when I'm experiencing a lot of good in my life, I can expect that one day something's going bad's going to happen that is going to balance me and force me to start growing again. And I'm not going to look at it like, oh my God, this is a life altering, shattering moment. I'm going to look at it as a point of, okay, to get back to equilibrium and balance, I need to experience this and learn from it. And then when I'm experiencing a lot of bad, I realize, okay, like some good's gonna come
Yeah.
because this is So every constantly being at that balance is one of the biggest lessons that I've learned is because like it helps me a lot with accountability and being able to take myself and be like, hey, this is what you did and you can't keep doing that. So this is how you got to the situation. Even if it's basic as, oh, I bought this juice, I don't really like it. You know, now I learned I don't like this juice. Something simple as that. And just taking the little lessons from things, it helps because you got to really realize that life is still experimental and it's about learning.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. It's all about learning because a lot of people have to understand. Like, I feel like in life we have like a lot of like repeated lessons or things that come in and then it reminds you like, okay, do you know what is happening? This is in a different form, but what are you going to do with it? You can't just let something bad happen and then you're just like, oh, it's the end of the world. It's like, no, you got to keep going. You have to learn from it. You got to take from it and move forward. Yeah, it's like that.
For
Okay.
sure.
See. Is there anything that you would like to say to your audience or anybody who's listening right now?
If I'm going to say anything to my audience is listen, the new music is on the way. Like, I promise to God, like, I did not take this time off to just come back with the same old shit. Like, bitch, the flows, the mothering, the bitch is back. And like literally, I am so fucking excited. I will be dropping the CD's name Thursday
What?
because, yeah, like I'm feeling good. Like I'm ready. I'm ready, and I'm super, super, super elated. Like I haven't been this happy about creating a project since my first one because I feel like I got my powers back, and I'm feeling like a state of not having to prove anything, just being able
Yes,
to sit down and make a song and put shit out when I feel like it. You
exactly.
know, it doesn't matter. Like I see that I would like to be more consistent, but at the same time, I like when my voice is heard that it's with meaning. You know, that it's not always that I'm dropping so that people get tired of hearing me, So I really try my best to give you guys stuff. So I try my best to not take too long, but sometimes it takes long.
Yeah, 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 but it's fine because I feel like you're actually just living and you're giving good quality music. You're giving real raw emotions. You're giving it power. You're not like just like, okay, let me just throw this out just to throw it out, you know? Because I feel like sometimes when people like just throw stuff out like a lot, it does get kind of like, okay, like we get it, cool. But then sometimes I do like to like, not here for a little bit because it does build that mystique of like,
Suspense.
man, that's
Like,
the thing. Where have they
like,
been? And like, I'm a big like shuffle person. So like if you or whoever else that I like whose music comes on in my shuffle, and I'm like, oh, my jam is on, but where are they at? Where, but not in a bad way. But it's like, okay, I can't wait for some new music. So we're
Oh
all
yeah.
excited.
And this is just so much better. Like it's really just taking the elements from my other projects and amplifying them and then adding some new ones on there.
Yeah, evolution, evolving, growth. And it looks like you reflect on your work, you take it serious, and you're just like, okay, that was good. I'm proud of all my music, but now we're gonna take it there. We're gonna go from here, we're gonna go from like already here, but we're gonna go to there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going
Like,
up.
but like for real. Like, oh my God, I'm so fucking excited. Like, I hope you know, like, I am so excited.
Yes, I love hearing that. Oh my gosh. So Isaiah C, the It Girl, we want to say thank you for joining us today, talking about yourself a little, the project. I definitely want to chat with you again and catch up, especially once the project is out. I hope you come back so we can catch up and get to know you even more, but also talk about the project. I'm excited about it. So yeah, so thank you once again for coming here at the Eline Podcast to chat with us. I'm Mark Rose. This is Isaiah C, the It Girl. There's gonna be a new project out this summer. So yeah, just get excited. But all right, thank you so much, Isaiah.
Thank you.